Hello. Hello, Mariana. You've been standing there in the cinema queue. How lovely to see you. Are you on your own or is anyone else with you? I wonder. Oops. Hello, Michael. You can. Oh, okay. I'll get to you, of course. John. Hello. Karen A. Lovely to see you. Well, lovely to see your names. Karen A, I loved your plan to learn to play the drums. That's a very cool thing. I thoroughly support that, 100%. If you play the drums, we'll do a gig together for sure. We should be putting the TV rockers to shame. I love it. I think it's a really great idea. Oh, thank you, John. Actually, John, I might put the book launch just maybe back a week. I'll have to see if the shop can do it because if anybody orders from Atlantis, they may not get their books by the book launch date. So, yeah, well, I might have to look at the date. But anyway, whatever, it'll happen one way or the other. All right, Mariana, a card for Mariana, as Mariana was in the queue. Good stuff. Okay, you know what, Mariana, you're going to have to excuse me. You probably didn't hear that groan that was in the background, but Flynn is sitting by the door of the room going, oh, because he's got shut in here with me and he wants to be in the kitchen with Jeff where he thinks there are snacks. So I'm just going to let him out. Otherwise, the noise is going to ramp up until I do. So give me 1 second. Forgive me. Hold on. Yes. I know. Hold on. Okay. Oh, I'm back. Okay. Demanding doglets. Right. Okay, so this is for Mariana. So this is your card for the week ahead, Mariana. And this is what you need to lean into. This is what you need to embrace, okay? Right. Oh, well, you get some very nice cards, sweetie, I have to say. I like it when you're on the top of the queue because you always start things off really positively. So we've got the 9 of Cups here. Sorry, the 9 of Pentacles here, which is kind of like just independence and lifestyle and just being, just having a fabulous life. It does tell you probably that you need to go off on your own a bit and enjoy your life, with perhaps, time out. I would say this is probably saying bit of time out, bit of girl time, just you on your own and just enjoying your life. There's nothing complicated in this at all. It's just telling you to look at your lifestyle and to make sure there's enough in there that is making you feel good. And it's not tied to anybody else's well-being. It's a bit of a solo act, the 9 of Pentacles, but in a good way. okay, and always in a good way. I don't like it when I hear people online saying, oh, but it's lonely. It's not lonely. It's definitely not lonely. It's super cool. Okay. So this is what you need to look at. Go out, have your own space, enjoy your own life, and pay attention to making that part of things very important. We like that. Very good. I think you had a really good card last week as well, didn't you? Oops. Hold on. There we go. There we go. All right. What have we got here? Odron. Odron? Danienne. I hope you're French, because I've made you French. And if you are French, do forgive me if I have pronounced it badly. Anybody who's ever watched any of my YouTube videos will know that I have a predilection to mispronunciation, and I am unable to pronounce anything the same way twice. I don't know what it is. I just get it wrong constantly, to the point where Lisa, who edits the videos, has said it's become somewhat of a standing joke now. In fact, she said that the seagull that splatted my face when we were in Malmo was probably commenting on my pronunciation of Malmo, because it isn't Malmo. She said it is Malmo. I don't know. Anyway, so pronunciation and me are not legend. But yes, you can. Let's put you up. So forgive me if I have mispronounced. All right. All right, so your card for your next steps, this is what you need to put your attention on next, is what you need to focus on, right? That's what you need to focus on. Pay attention to this. Oh, okay. So the form. So this is, in some way, you're going to have to take a bit of a jump, right? And this is really throwing yourself into the unknown a little bit, and just kind of doing it, right? The Fool is the potential of all things. Now, we know there's no guarantees here that it will be amazing or it will be crappy. It just is the point of it. The point of it is the action of doing it, the action of the leap of faith, knowing that you'll figure it out as you go. And that's actually what it's for. It's not because it guarantees you a particular experience, it's because it's to actually get you to make some kind of a jump, so you learn to trust yourself in the process, because that's what it's for. All right. So whatever is happening in your life at the moment that may require you, or you may be like on the edge of a bit of a precipice, shall I, shan't I, or whatever, just do it. This is the just do it card, right? Whatever it is that's causing you to second guess or not, just do it. Jump. Definitely. But no, you're not jumping because what is on the other side is a slam dunk success or not. It is all an experiment and an exploration and an adventure. All right? That's how you got to look at it. It's an adventure. So go for it. Definitely. All right. Lovely. Thank you, John. John is the marketing director of this channel, and we love him for that. So please do like and subscribe. Like the video, subscribe to the channel. Thank you very much. We need a little love on this channel. YouTube doesn't love me because I do travel videos as well as tarot. So I get a bit down-resed by YouTube, sadly. But never mind. We do what we do. People keep sending me emails saying we need to help you with your channel, and you have to divide the channel up into 2 spaces, one just tarot, one just travel. And you know what? I mean, we could do that, couldn't we? We could, and it probably would have been more sensible, but there's about 2.5 years worth of videos on there. I'm not sure that we can just start again. Anyway, tell me what you think. Hive Mind, what do you think about that? Do you like the videos both being on the same channel, or do you think having a separate travel channel would actually be better? Would you prefer it to be more focused? Because I'm open to hear. I really am. Hello, Danny. Very nice to see you here. Hello, Sharon. You can indeed have a card every time you come on the channel, Sharon. You say you're new. You are an old hand now, darling. You are known to us and we love you. And we always love you in the hat. If that is indeed your hat, we love that hat. I love that hat. I would wear that hat. I would probably disappear under it. I would probably just hat walking around with feet underneath, trying to look glamorous and failing miserably. But whoever is in that hat was born to wear it. You can indeed have a card, my love. Of course you can. Okay, let's have a look. Right. Oh, there we go. So this looks like a scary card, but it isn't really, not in real life. It looks scary because that's what it looks like when we're experiencing it. So this is all about, you need to pay attention to where you're living in, kind of creating a bit of a nightmare in your head, Sharon. So it's asking you to look at what's making you really anxious, right? And know that it's just fear and it's not true. So whatever the nightmare is in your head, see, this is the nightmare cards. This person's asleep and there's all these like, looks really scary. But it says the fear is just a construct. The fear is just a nightmare. The fear is not real. What the fear is telling you is not real. So please don't make your decisions based on this, right? Really important that you know what's fear and what's fact, because if you go with the fear, you're going to make really, what's the word? It's just really disempowering decisions. Okay, so Sharon, look at your anxiety. Look at where you are anxious, what you're anxious about, because this is not fun, but it's not real either. So whatever's playing in your head, whatever movie is going on in there, it's not a real thing. It's just fear, right? Make a new movie. That's what you need to do. Get creative. Because if your brain can come up with the worst case scenario, you could make a movie of the best case scenario and see how that feels. That would actually probably be more useful to you. All right. Hope that helps, Sharon. Lovely to see you. Okay, John, let's have a look. One of my goals is to learn Spanish and Japanese. On Monday, I started learning Spanish. Just trying to think of the appropriate question, how my progress will go. Okay. All right. Gosh, Japanese is really challenging. My eldest learned Japanese for a while, just for fun, as you do, as you do, John. And his goal was to go to Japan for a month and literally just do it by conversation. And when he did it, there was no Google Translate, so he did it not even to use a guidebook. He did it, but it was very stressful. Japanese is very hard. Let's look at the Spanish, John. So, what should you prepare for regarding learning Spanish? Okay. Oh, that's really nice. You've got the Knight of Cups, John. So this is really romantic. I really like that energy. That's lovely. This is telling you this is on a mission. It's great. I mean, it doesn't tell you how your progress will go, which is, I guess, what you wanted to know, didn't you? That's just talking about what it's going to be like, which is great, which I think you'll really enjoy it. So that's all right. How would John see his progress in Spanish in 3 months' time? How about that? That would be a good question. How would John see his progress in Spanish in 3 months' time? Whoa, get you, King of Pentacles. I have a feeling, John, that you're the kind of guy who, when you put your mind to something, you kind of just do it, right? Because any king card has got to be good. King of Pentacles is you've got it all going on. You're the king of resources. You are mastering whatever you put your mind to. This is very good. Hats off to you, my friend. I think your progress will go well. I think you should be confident, and I think that's great. We like it. We do. Good job. Okay. Danny, what is the new moon in Libra bringing me? Okay, let's ask that question. That's all right, Aldron. Does that resonate with you, that fear? Because that's a big deal. I hope you know what that's referring to, and I hope that helps a bit. Okay, Danny, what is the new moon in Libra bringing me? Right, let's have a look. Oh, the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, which is a bit of a boost of energy, actually. So this is great. This is kind of like a new kind of impetus you've got. That's really good. We like that. We like that it's like, it feels like you're going to get off the starting blocks, and just have this big turbo boost. Now look, Danny, anyone that reads tarot will also know that you have to be careful to regulate that a little bit and make sure that it's sustainable. you've got to watch for signs that that big rush of energy that I think you're going to be pushing into doesn't dissipate, because this is the problem with the Knight of Wands. He's not very sustainable. So it's a big rush of passion and enthusiasm, like, rah, let's do it. And then in just a little while, he kind of goes, am I done? So watch it, watch for it, right? If you watch for it, then you can recognize it, then you can manage it. So the new moon is bringing you a big boost of energy. That's really good. So lean in, but don't let it peter out. Make sure you use the trajectory to get you going. It's a bit like a running jump, this, isn't it? I think that's how it feels. Good. We like that. Very good. Okay. Gifty, how lovely to see you. Some guidance to round up the month, please. Yes, yes, of course. Okay. Okay, let's have a look. Guidance for Gifty to round off the month. Let's have a look. Well, this is resilience, sweetie, isn't it? So this is where we sort of feel like we've taken a little bit of a kicking, honestly, and we're feeling a bit fed up with it, but we're not done. We're not done yet. So it's like it's having to kind of rally a bit and know that there's probably a bit more to come, but it's okay. So your guidance in this is to stay strong, stay prepared, and kind of just stand your ground, really. I don't think it's asking you to be tremendously proactive. I think it's just asking you to have a look at your energy, have a look at how tired you are, right? Because if you've been taking a lot on, or there's been a lot coming at you, which often precedes this, right? Then I think you need to probably look at what that's about or what's causing that. Because on this side of the 9 is the 10, and that's where we get seriously burnt out and seriously exhausted. And that's not a good place to be. So if this is guidance, it's telling you need to really look at what is that energy that you're having to contend with, and take a good hard look at it and decide how you're going to manage it, because there will be more to come, and you need to make sure you're able to be okay through this. Now look, it's not terrible, but it is a bit uncomfortable, honestly. So, keep your feet on solid ground and deal firmly with anything that is piled on your load, right? You don't need to take on any more. I think that's, if I could give you any advice for the month ahead, you need to be resilient, but you don't need to take on any more. All right? Hope that's okay. Hope that helps. Do remember it, Gifty, if you can, because it's very easy when you come off the video stream to just forget it. It's important. All right. Hello, Claire. How lovely to see you. Claire, were you not buying a house in France when I spoke to you last year? I have a memory that you were buying a house in France. When I was in Italy, did you not talk about a house in France? I know that Amanda is also buying a house in France, but I think you already bought one. Am I remembering that right? Okay. All right. So this is Claire. I'm going to take a guidance card from your guides. Okay. I feel guided to do that. So I'm gonna take a card which is a message from your guides. This is what they want you to be aware of next. This is the direction they're pushing you, right? Okay, let's have a look. Isn't that nice? This is very cool. So the Nine of Cups, Claire, you read a bit of tarot, so you know what I'm talking about. The Nine of Cups, so your guides are telling you that whatever it is you're looking at bringing about, they hear you, and it looks like they are doing their absolute best to grant your wishes. That's very nice. And I think you also need to lean into knowing what you want as well. So this is, if we're talking about a message from guides, we always have a collaboration going on, don't we? And my question was, what do they want you to put your attention on? So this is, they want you to put your attention on that you want most. What would make you happy? And actually focus on that. What would be your wish granted? If you had a wish, what would be your wish granted? And you need to put your attention on that, because that's what they want to help you with. Okay? Oh, that's really nice. I like being the postman delivering nice messages. Isn't that cool? Very good. Very good. What do you mean, John? The 3 styles of writing make it more challenging. Is that in Japanese? I think that's Japanese you're talking about, isn't it? I'm sure. I think one style of writing in Japanese would be hard enough. And there's the whole male-female thing going on in Japanese as well, which is really problematic. Thanks. Good. I'm glad, John. Yes, John, we want to know. Stephanie wants to know, did you have any news about your professional opportunities? Do share. We're all really into John's life. We should. John has his collection of female friends on this channel who are going, John, how did the run go? John, how did your business go? John, tell us, John. We're all on tenterhooks, wanting the next chapter. Hello, Christy. Let's have a look. Okay, Stephanie, you're up next. Does Reggie like me enough to marry me? Okay. Whoa. Well, I tell you what we're going to do. I'm going to reword that slightly, because, I mean, tarot doesn't like yes or no. And also, if I give you a no, you see, it might not be because it might not be about Reggie liking you enough. You're presupposing that. Let's ask, what are Reggie's thoughts about marrying you, Christy? What are Reggie's thoughts about marrying you? And let's just see what comes up with that. It's a little bit more open, but it'll still give you the information that you need. Hopefully. Okay. Okay. Okay, good. Oh, hold on. Oh, my card's stuck together. Now there you go, you see. There you go. Now here's the thing with this card. This is the Eight of Swords, Christy. And this is where somebody is overthinking. So if Reggie isn't asking you to marry him, it isn't because he doesn't like you enough. It's because he's doing yes buts in his mind. So this is where we are, we feel that our hands are tied because our minds are not allowing us to see that we can get past problems. This is not about you, Christy. This is about Reggie. So Reggie will be going, oh, shall I marry Christy? Yeah, but, and what about my personal situation at the moment? Yes, but he's going to be doing yes buts for every single question. So I think this is a lack of confidence, honestly. I think this is a lack of confidence. And it's a lack of being able to think through the process. What will it be like being married? Will I even like being married? Do I even want to be married? Do I want to be married? I don't know. Yes, but well, do I like Christy? Yes, but maybe the relationship will go off the boil when we're married. What if that happens? That would be a shame. Round and round and round and round it goes. So you're going to have to lead the way a little bit, Christy, gently. Softly, softly, catchy monkey, as they say. You have to lead the way and you have to help Reggie feel confident, right? Because I think that's the problem. I think he's overthinking everything and he can't find the answers to his questions. It isn't about you. I think he likes you just fine. I just think he's not sure about marriage itself. I'm not sure about how he feels about it. I'm not sure whether he feels he can cope with it or whatever the questions are, right? He hasn't got the answers to those questions, and that is causing him to not take action. All right? I hope that helps. Good stuff. All right. Stephanie, lovely to see you. Okay, I have to hop onto WhatsApp in a second and see what we've got on there, because I've got a couple of questions on WhatsApp as well to do. Okay, so this is Stephanie. Stephanie, I'm going to take guidance for the next week for you. Let's make it real, like now. So during the next week, it's going to be really important for you to the same card, for you to know what you want and lean in to what actually makes you happy. So this is like what is gonna light me up. So the 9 in tarot is always personal. So this is personal gratification. This is I feel personally good. So whatever this is, this next week, my prescription for you is to enjoy and really, big smiley faces all around for that. So it's basically telling you to enjoy yourself and to also think about what makes you happy generally, right? What are your wishes, Stephanie? What do you wish for? It's really important that you get with that and actually start thinking about it. It appears in the next week that this is important. So that's not too brutal, is it? That's all right. Quite like that. Excellent. All right. Yes, Denny, that's really good. Yes, you did. Great. Excellent. Okay, so who have I got? Gifty, yes, I'm feeling exhausted at the moment. Good. Don't let that go any further, Gifty. Make sure you focus on, keeping some strength there and don't allow it to ramp up anymore. Very important. Right. Cinderella Ruzinski. Oh, that's a name. Cinderella Ruzinski. Ruzinski? That's the best I've got, but it's a cool name. We like it. Right, so you're next. I'm going on to WhatsApp just for a second. Okay, we've got Michael and Natalie standing by. Okay. Okay, Michael, let's have a look. This is, oops. Oh. Huh. Okay. Okay, good. Right. Michael, please can I have a guidance card on my ex-marital home that I'm still paying for? What do I need to do? Okay, well, let's try. Let's see what we can come up with. Right. Okay. Okay. Well, you're not the hermit, Michael, so you know what? It's not easy, is it? And the hermit is always a very nuanced card. And ultimately, it tells you, and sort of batting it back to you, really, it tells you that the decision has to be yours. And it tells you this is where you need to draw on your wisdom. Now, that can be multifaceted, can't it? Because it's not just telling you just to do the right thing. It's telling you that based on your experiences so far, based on what you know about life, based on what you know about the people concerned, you have to decide to, just do what you think is right. And even if that isn't easy, either for you or for the other person, you've got to stand by it, right? Now, whatever that decision is not going to probably be met. I don't know. Will it? Well, if it's not met with enthusiasm, then you're going to be out in the cold for a while, and that is the way it has to be, because this card is not asking you to be comfortable. It's telling you that you need to really kind of drill down and almost sit staring ahead and go, okay, what am I going to do? Right? And I think it's not easy. It's not, the trouble is, it's not giving you, yes, do this. Right? What it's saying is that this is sort of on you. And I feel that it's a bit of a, and I hate to say this, you're probably in a bit of a lose-lose situation if it's the hermit, because the hermit tells you it's going to be uncomfortable either way. and it's just you having to tough it out in some way and need to be resilient. Okay. I wonder if there's any spiritual guidance on this, because this is obviously a big one, and I know that it's thrown it back at you, but obviously it's a big decision. What is the guidance from your spirit guides on this, your team? How are they going to guide you on this? Interesting. Well, see, the Knight of Cups is you on your journey, isn't it? And on some way, it's telling you that you need to think about your own romantic vision and take that seriously, your own happiness specifically, because that's what the Knight of Cups wants. He wants to be happy. So I'm going to ask you, while the process may not be easy, what would leave you feeling happiest having made the decision, right? What takes you on, in a way, what helps you move on with your life and allows you to maybe to even look for a new relationship, to go on your own romantic path again. So look, it's not easy, but I hope that at least gives you a parameter by which you can view it, right? It's not telling you what action to take, it's telling you how to come to the decision. Hope that helps a bit. Michael, that isn't easy, is it? Okay. Okay. We have Natalie. Natalie, I think you've also put a. Have you put a thing in the chat as well? Did I see you? I don't know. Maybe. Yes, there you are. Yes, you can. I'll get to you, Natalie. Don't worry. Let me just come down the list. Hello, Karen. Right, so we've got Cinderella next. Cinderella, what's coming towards me? Lovely. Carol, it's lovely to see you again. I missed you. Okay, Cinderella. Okay. Okay, so you have the Page of Pentacles. Now, when we ask a question like what's coming towards me, and we've got the Page of Pentacles, either it says you're going back to school, or you need to expect a message, or a mixture of both. Whatever this is, I think you probably just need to be a little bit resilient, because it is obviously a message that carries some importance, right? It's not necessarily bad, but you've asked what's coming towards you. And what's coming towards you is some sort of communication, which is going to slightly discombobulate you. I love that word, discombobulate, right? It is not dramatic or painful or anything. It's just, it's a step back, kind of. That's what's coming towards you. So you look out for that. I think, I'm just sort of going on instinct here. I wonder if it's a message that you need to deal with in quite a forthright way. I don't know why I think that, but I think that. See what happens. See what happens this next week, Cinderella, and see if anybody gets in touch who perhaps you weren't suspecting, or you get a message from somebody in a way that you weren't expecting. Excuse me. Right. Let's see what happens. Oh, I'm going all Gypsy Rosalie on you, aren't I? I say. All right. Hello, Maren. Lovely to see you. Right. Will my court matter on Thursday go in my favour? Right. Court things are notoriously tricky. What I'm going to do is I'm going to ask how you feel about it the day after. That should give us a bit of information, shouldn't it? Let's see. How do you feel about the result? How will you feel about the result on Friday? Might as well be specific. How will Crystal feel about the result of her court matter on Friday? Well, I'm not sure you're going to be thrilled, sweetie. Oh, sorry, I need to hold it up, don't I? I've got the moon. So I don't think you're going to be skipping down the path and buying around for everybody in the pub, I'm afraid. So I think you need to just manage your emotions around all this. Because this is like, it also sets up a feeling of I don't quite know what's going to happen next. So what now? Because there's a little bit of fear in here, right? A little bit of fear. I'm going to take some guidance around that fear, because I don't want to leave you with that, because that feels a bit challenging, and I don't want to leave you with the uncertainty. So guidance around the fear or uncertainty that I think you're going to feel after the court date. Guidance around that. Oh, that's good. Okay, so look, you've got the Queen of Wands. So whatever this outcome is, right, it's going to be okay. It will work out in some way. And this is confidence, is asking you to just be confident and walk through it. Even if you don't get the right result, even if you don't, right, you need to keep your confidence in place, because I think there's more to come. And actually, this is telling you that going into fear and feeling down or whatever it is not going to help you. Okay, so you've got to stay buoyant, you've got to stay confident, and you've got to stay yes. So I don't think Thursday is going to be the end of the story somehow. That's what I think. So you've got to make sure you keep your head on straight. All right, Crystal? Hope that helps, darling. Right. Good. Oh, that's all right, John. I think your Spanish lessons are going to go great. I really do. All right. So we've got Karen and then Natalie. Then I will get to you next. Okay. So what should I focus on for the rest of the month for the best outcome? Absolutely. What should Karen focus on for the rest of the month for the best outcome? Well, Queen of Cups, which is you just being really in touch with you and how you really feel. And so as we know, queens are all about internal energy, okay? And so she is a process, isn't she? And the process that we do inside us emotionally, where we tune in and we come to our own truth and we bring a bit of intuition into the game. Now, she's not actually the high priestess, so she's not all about intuition, but she is tuned in, right? She's tuned in because she is able to be really honest within herself about how she feels and what's powering her and the emotional process that's at play. So you should focus on you, sweetie, and your emotional process and how you really feel about things, and take a pause on it. You know, she's in a very meditative position, isn't she? So it's like it's asking you to be very still, very tuned in, very focused, and that will bring you the best outcome. That's very nice. It's lovely. It's very calm, very contemplative. We like that. She's also very creative as well. I think there's a lot of, it's cups, isn't it? So there's a lot of creative energy within the Queen of Cups, but it's the creative process, isn't it? Rather than the activity, it's the creative process inside. We like that. It's very nice. Good job. All right, so Natalie, let's have a look. Can I have a From the Heart guidance card? I'm struggling a bit with my journey and work. Yes, of course you can, sweetie. Okay. Right. Okay. The moon. Now this is actually quite positive in a way, Natalie, because what it tells you is that you're not seeing things clearly, right? So now look, it's very easy for us who do tarot reading to take cards and go, oh, that's easy then. And I sometimes say to clients, the cards on the table, it's you doing it in boots on the ground in real life. That's a whole different matter. But what I want to tell you is that a lot of what you're feeling is fear, and that is stopping you seeing things clearly. So the fog that I think you're feeling is because you're afraid. So I guess the card's message always is, if you could turn the light on, if you could see without fear, if we make fear the dark, right? And fear puts everything into shadow, and it makes things look bigger than they are, more scary than they are, and makes us feel really down and quite powerless. So if you could step back and go, okay, if I wasn't afraid, and don't think about what's possible, don't think about what anything, in fact, don't put any parameters on it at all. Just think, okay, on my journey and work, which is what you're talking about, if I wasn't afraid, what would my next 2 steps be? What would my next 2 steps be if I wasn't afraid? And then look at what's going to stop you taking them, and you'll see that it's fear. And so then you need to really make a big decision about what it is you actually want, because sometimes the fear of change and the fear of staying the same, they need to be looked at. How afraid am I that things aren't going to change? And how afraid am I of change? And so I did a reading for a lovely young lady today, and I said to her, she was at a bit of a crossroads, and I said to her, if you do the thing that's most comfortable, you're going to feel better for the next 3 months. And then in 6 months' time, you're going to regret it. You're going to go, oh, what did I do? And then you're going to shut it down and try not to think about it. And it will be a regret. So while it's difficult, you've got to try and skip ahead to the bit that you actually want. If you weren't afraid, what would you do? Because this is all that's in the way. Can you see in this card? Look, I'm going to just hold this card up a bit here, right? Can you see this card? We have a temple right at the back there. And that temple is the temple of knowledge and wisdom. And you can't get there. We've got a black dog in the middle that's basically barring the way. And this is like a kind of asylum, because it's like a kind of madness. We can't see. We don't know what's real. So I hope that's okay, darling. You wanted a from the heart guidance card, and that's what I've got for you. So I hope that makes sense. All right. You know what? If you need more than that and you need to go in and look at specifics, then do book a reading, because we can go into all the options. But ultimately, this is all about fear, right? So you can do this. You've just got to be prepared to look at it clearly. All right. That was a lot. I hope that was helpful. Good, good. Okay, what else have we got? Okay, boss had brain bleed. Goodness, wow, that is a big deal, isn't it? That is a big deal. Goodness. Well, let's see how that goes. You're going to be okay, Natalie. You are. You're holding up the company, and you can, and it'll be all right. There aren't going to be any decisions taken for ages. So just hold the space for now. All right. Great stuff. Hello, Zoe. Very happy that you've joined us. That's rather excellent. Okay, what have we got? Kayla. Kayla, hope you're well. Just a quick question. Have I got the respect of my new deputy at work? Am I respected in my work? Okay, let's look. Right. Okay, so how shall we phrase this? How does Kayla's new deputy feel about Kayla and work then? Four of Swords. Not thinking anything. I think he neither respects nor disrespects you. This is a really neutral card. This is just I don't want to think about it. I don't think he's thinking about whether he respects you or not, or she respects you, whoever they are. I think it's almost like what we've got. We've got I just want peace. They're not judging you. I don't think they're thinking about you, Kayla. I think they're probably too busy thinking about themselves. So I wonder if what you're seeing as potential non-respect maybe is them doing a little bit of projecting on you. I would assume the affirmative and behave as though the answer's yes. I would behave as though you are respected, and I think you'll be just fine, because I think they're not quite as secure, maybe, as you think they are. Not that they're insecure, it's just that it's a bit of a flat line, really. There's just not a lot of thought there about it one way or the other. They're the daughter of the owner of the company. I see. That makes a lot of sense then, doesn't it? Yeah. So again, I think the advice stands, doesn't it? You need to behave as though you are respected, right? And don't second guess there. Don't take a step back, because if you take the attitude, I don't know if she respects me or not, that she'll pick that up. So be respected. And I think she'll fall into line behind you or alongside you, because she's your deputy, right? So I think that'll be okay. Good. I like that. That's very nice. Yes. So look, Natalie, I guess you're going through a really difficult time. Can I just say with this thing, because the moon is not an easy card, is it? We do know that. Hold on, let me just hide that one. But remember the moon is just fear, right? So please remember that. And I can imagine that it's a very difficult situation you're in, but just remember that it's just fear, right? I think you're going to be okay. I truly do. Okay, good stuff. Right, who else have we got? We've got, we've got Linda. Let me just type this in here. And Linda wants to know, when will I Okay. There we go. So Linda wants to know, when will I meet the one? Now, this is a very interesting question, Linda, and it's one that I get asked a lot. And I'm going to tell you that the premise from which you're asking is problematic as far as tarot is concerned, because tarot would just come back and tell you, well, there isn't the one, is there? Because tarot doesn't hold sway with the one. So what we need to do, Linda, is ask about meeting or finding a relationship in which you can thrive and be happy. Let's ask about that. Okay, I know what you mean by the one. I'm not daft. I do know what you mean. I'm not being glib, but we do have to word questions in a way that's going to sit and get the answers we want from the cards. Okay, so oh, well, you know what? That's actually okay, Linda. This is just keep going. Just do the hard yards. Just keep on. Don't give up. It's not a complicated card. The Knight of Pentacles, as you can see, is on the tractor. It's just, you just got to keep on plodding along, right? Just plodding along. Do it right. It's all about the process. Keep doing it right. Keep on persevering. Keep on going. And you know what? It might be slower than you want. It might be. It might take longer than you'd like. But you will get there. Ultimately, you will. You've just got to hang on in there. It's kind of like, you know, it's not the funnest ride of all the nights, is it? But it is the one that isn't going to run out of steam, and it isn't going to be off with the fairies somewhere. So it's good. It's good, solid progress. It's just slow. It feels a bit tedious. We know that. We know that about the Knight of Pentacles. But nevertheless, it'll get you there. It will. I promise. All right? Hang on in there. That's good. It's good. It's not exciting, but it's good. Lovely, lovely. All right. Okay. Let's see, what else have we got here? You can, Zoe. Quitting nicotine is challenging me currently. Do you want me to take your card about that? I'm gonna take a broader card, Zoe, because Zoe has just started studying tarot. So she's a new tarot student, which is great. Very proud of you for that. So let's, Zoe, I'm going to take a guidance card from your spirit team. Okay. And let's see what they say. Can we all cheer Zoe on with her beginning her tarot journey? Let's take a guidance card for Zoe from her spirit team. Ooh. Wheel of Fortune. Actually, this is nice, because what this tells you is this is a period of some change. And the Wheel of Fortune this is like a new chapter, you know? Now, the wheel is talking about circumstances around you playing a very specific part in moving you onto the next bit, right? So there may be some synchronicities in there. There may be some whatever it is, but the Wheel of Fortune tells you that how it has been, it will not be for the next period until the wheel turns again, right? So you can't control those circumstances, but you can control you. And actually, if this is the message from your spirit team, it's telling you that actually I think you're being moved to the next bit now. And that's actually quite good. We like that. There's nothing negative in there at all. It's just telling you you're moving into a new phase, and that phase will have new potential. And, you know, you've got a part to play in that for sure. Good. Oh, look at that. Look at how much, look, lots of support for you, Zoe. That's awesome. Oh, great. Really, really good. Okay. Very good. Great. Okay. Who else do I have here? I have Tracy C. Okay, Tracy, this is for you. Whoops. Tracy C. She wants to know, will I ever hear from Ronnie again? Okay, Tracy, let's have a look. Well, again, we've got a yes/no question. So let's, will I ever hear from Ronnie again? What should you prepare for from Ronnie with regard to contacting you? Tracy, let's ask it like that. What should you prepare for from Ronnie with regards to contacting you? Okay. In the future. Let's ask. Okay. Ooh. So we've got the Queen, we've got the King of Swords, Tracy. So I think the answer is probably no. If I'm going to nail it to the mast and really commit, I think it's probably no. And I think what Ronnie is doing, because this is an unemotional decision, right? This is not a romantic decision. This is not a decision that is powered by desire. It's not a decision that is powered by love or anything soft. So it's a decision that's powered by evidence. And it is saying that he's going to probably think about it, but probably won't. He'll make a judgment as to what the best thing is to do, and he won't, because he doesn't see the evidence is supporting the action. So I think the answer is no, sweetie. But you know what? I have a feeling it's for the best. I do. And I think Ronnie thinks it's for the best. And I think he's probably right. Okay, so I hope you agree with that. So I think I'm going to come down on the side of a no on that. All right. Okay. Ooh. Hope that's okay. Good stuff. That was a bit of a tough one, wasn't it? Okay, we've got Fiona just come on here. Let's just do this. Fiona. Oops. Why am I so stuck? Okay. This is Fiona Mack. I don't know whether Fiona's watching or not. Right. Why am I so stuck? Okay. Well, we can answer that one straight out, can't we? So let's have a look. Let's see. Right. Okay. Why am I so stuck? Well, we've got the Eight of Cups here. And the Eight of Cups is telling you that we need to, well, you can't see where you're going. I mean, that's just a basic thing about the Eight of Cups. You can't see where you're going. So it does really feel like you're walking into the unknown. And that's probably, I don't think you actually are stuck. I think there's action you need to take, Fiona. So whatever is behind you, whatever you were maybe saw as your romantic vision behind you, that might be relationship wise, it might not, but whatever it is, it felt like something that you invested stuff in. You've invested in whatever this was in the past, and you had love for that investment. And now that is not happening, and you need to go and find the next thing. You're not stuck. You just need to take some steps. And those steps need to be in alignment with, again, what do you want? See, we get stuck when we can't see the way forward because we don't have a why. And when we don't have a why, we're powerless, aren't we? We don't know why we're doing something. Why would I take 2 steps in that direction? For what reason would I? Because you have to know, because you know you can't stay in this space because you feel stuck. So your why on very basically, I can't stay here. Okay, so I got to start walking. So in what direction shall I walk? I need to take a step in some direction. And so what do I actually want? What would make me feel good? What would light me up? And when you start asking those questions and you have to come up with an answer and then take action towards them, then something will start to happen. Not immediately, for sure, but that's the process in which we do it. Okay, we have to have a bit of a spark to the fuel, because if we don't, nothing happens. Okay, really, really important. Hope that helps, darling. Hope that makes sense in some way. Okay. Okay. And now we have Pravin. Okay, Pravin, let's have a look. What's holding you back? Let's see. Okay. Okay, Pravin, what's holding me back? Gosh. Well, this isn't going to be an easy one for you, Pravin, because what's holding you back is what's in your subconscious. And this isn't easy to solve. So what's going to have to happen here, if you want to free this up, is that you're going to have to do a little bit of investigative work into what your programming is, because the High Priestess is all about our consciousnesses, right? So there's our temple of knowledge. All of the information, it says, is in there, but it's hidden from view. And the only way you're going to find it is to go in and start unpacking a bit, because there's some program running in the background that I think you've been probably taught that is doing the damage here. Now, when that happens down in the basement, that informs our conscious, which is our present day, which is the way what we do in the world. And it means that we're not able to trust or access our superconscious, which is our intuition. So we don't have a relationship with our intuitive self, because this thing down here is calling the shots. So you've got to go in and have a look at what's down in the dark, Pravin, because it's all down there in your subconscious, and that's going to be putting you on automatic pilot. Okay, so it's a really tricky one. I mean, I think it probably needs more unpacking than we can do on this call. But it's not something, and please take this the right way, it's not something you can just power through without actually figuring out what the message is inside that's causing the disconnect. All right, that's what's holding you back. That's a tricky one, Pravin. I hope that's okay. I hope that's useful in some way. It's a big can of worms, that is, for a YouTube live. I hope that's some help. Oh, thank you, John. There we go. Like and subscribe to the channel. And you are quite right, John. Writing a comment really does help the algorithm, because it really does tell the algorithm that people are interested and engaged. There is the dreaded word engagement. So thank you, John. Yes, please, anybody who's watching the video, please like the video and please subscribe. We really do appreciate it hugely. Thank you. Great. Okay. All right. I'm just going to do a couple more, and then I'm going to call it a day. We've been all the way to Maidstone today from the south coast, from the sort of Brighton area, trying to work out why the diesel heater in our bus keeps going mishiga. Oh, the life we lead. We have this Gus the bus, and what happens is we have spent a flipping small fortune trying to get this wretched diesel heater fixed. The diesel heater is like our central heating. It's like the blower that blows hot air into the body of the bus so we don't freeze. And it turns out what the problem is that we have the original diesel heater, which is really, really super duper high quality, but it's way too powerful for the space that we're in. And the people that converted the bus didn't give it enough outlets in the bus, so the diesel heater itself is overheating. And they said we might have to take out the kitchen to fix it. Ouch. Yes, Maren, we went to Lundberg. Absolutely. Oh my God, is it really? Do you know, that's so strange. I have another friend who's also from Lundberg. Oh my God, I'm attracting Lundbergians into my life. How lovely. It's beautiful, isn't it? Wow. If anybody hasn't seen the video, Lundberg is full of the most beautiful medieval houses. In fact, we did this trail of villages which were all just full of these most adorable, beautiful 15th and 16th and 17th century buildings. They're so pretty. And the doors are to die for. I got obsessed with doors. I just had to keep photographing doors everywhere. Such an assortment of beautiful doors. It's just gorgeous, painted colours with designs, just stunning. Really, really pretty and new. See you next week, Stephanie. Pravan, that's a pleasure. That's a pleasure. Okay, so I'm going to do one more reading then. There's a German TV series up there. Rotter Rosen. Yes, well, I'm not surprised. Lots of tourists go there. It's lovely. The next one, I think we went to Quedlinburg. That's another huge. Is it Quedlinburg? If I pronounce, do forgive my pronunciation. It's so awful. Nobody ever knows what I'm talking about because I don't pronounce anything properly. Nightmare. Anyway, they're very pretty. They're very lovely. Okay, what have we got? I've got 3, but I will choose George. George wants to know if he will have a job within a month. Let's help George. Okay. Okay. All right then. Okay, George, let's see if we can help. Okay. Okay, what does George need to know about finding a job within the next month? Oh, well, George, you can find a job within the next month. I mean, it might take a tiny bit longer, but not much longer. This is all about determination. So the Chariot is you've just got to get that, pedal to the metal and just drive it, right? It's the Chariot. So you've got to put all of your will in motion. You've got to not be distracted. You've got to just get there and just put all of your energy into doing it, and you're going to get there, because the Chariot always promises a successful outcome if, in the right circumstances, of course, which I think this is, if you do it right and stay on track. Definitely stay on track. Don't get knocked off course or distracted, George. And the answer will be yes, I think you will. Certainly within a month or so, not that much longer. Just going to take a bit of, determination is what it needs to be. Good. I like that. That's nice and positive. Okay, I'll do one more. All right then, Ramsing. I'll answer that for you if I can. And then this is probably going to be our last one for the evening. Okay, let's have a look. Earl has expressed he has feelings. However, there is a long-term partner. Not sure. But says it won't. Okay, well, let's just take some guidance, on what you can expect from Earl moving forward regarding any kind of commitment to you, I'm saying. Let's have a look real quick. Okay. Let's look. Well, you've got the Page of Swords here, Ramsing, and I think that's telling you that this is where we are wanting to make sure that we're not, it's very investigative and it's quite secretive, and it's not that he's deceiving you, it isn't, but he's going to make sure that he's looking at the risks, and he's going to be very guarded about those risks. So, you know, our Page of Swords really is, it's like a battle scout, right? He's looking, oh, where's the danger? Where's the danger? So this isn't a romantic card, darling, at all. It's a card that's just very risk aware and not wanting to show his cards, or not wanting to have information revealed, or it's very, you know, guarded and careful, right? So, you know, I think you need to manage your expectations here, because Earl is not going to want to take any risks. And this is what this says. It's not playing it safe. It's just being kind of really kind of hyper alert and, well, what's going on, and yeah, very, very guarded. But it's not romantic in its action, you see. It's not romantically powered. It's not powered by heart. It's powered by not wanting to invite trouble or conflict or risk of any sort. So I think you're going to have to be careful here, darling. You know, yeah, I think that's going to be tricky, honestly. Oh, Christina, I'm getting a little bit weary and my voice is going, as you can hear. Okay, all right, go on. One more, then that's it. That's it. One more. That's it. All right. Will I be able to enter into specialization course? All right. Let's see. Guidance for you. Well, yes, the answer is yes, but you are, again, we've got the Chariot here, you are actually going to have to be pretty determined about it, right? And it might take you some time, Christina. This is not immediate. I think you're going to have to set it as a goal down the road and really just kind of, you know, plan towards it. And again, message of the Chariot, don't be knocked off course. You've got to be really, really focused and not give up. So this is a longer term plan. This isn't happening. This isn't going to happen all that quickly, right? So you're going to have to just push towards it. But the answer is yes. For sure it is yes. Okay. Well, we'll have to see how that pans out. Ultimately, even if it doesn't pan out this time, the answer is still yes, right? It looks to me, Christina, like it's a little bit further down the road. If you've taken an exam, I think it looks like it's a little bit further down the road, because the Chariot is talking about more focus and, you know, more determination needed. But so whatever happens with this exam, it doesn't mean it's done. Yes, you can. For sure you can. All right, guys. I think I'm done. So just to remind you all of my new book, because I have to talk about that all the time. So my new book, Tarot, the Life Code. A Fool, a Magician, and the Secret of Life. Anyone who orders the book, you can advance order it on Amazon. On Amazon. If you send me the receipt, you get 20 quid off a reading with me. And that is in operation until the 25th of November when it goes live on Amazon. So I want to get the advanced orders up as much as I can, So anybody who wants to order the book, if you do order the book, you can get 20 quid off a reading. Now the book itself is only, I think, $12.99, so that's a pretty damn good deal. Thank you, John. It is beautiful. It looks a bit like this. It doesn't have the cards, but it is has that spiral. It matches the deck. And it is great. And it talks about tarot being a message. And it shows us how to read tarot in a slightly different way than just pulling cards and doing readings. While that works too, it's not negating that at all, but it shows us a new way that we can use tarot in a slightly different way, in a way that doesn't negate anything that we've done with tarot before. It's just a bolt on. It's just different. It's a different way of seeing it. And I think anyone that reads tarot already will certainly be quite excited about it and will get a lot out of it. So there we go. All right, sweeties, lovely to see you all. I'll see you next week. I keep trying to find a guest. I thought I had a great guest this week, a lady called Eugene Joanne, who runs a podcast on Reiki Radio. And she's absolutely delightful. And I did a podcast with her, so I'm going to put that interview up on the channel in some way. And she was a delight. And she also has a deck of cards, but oracle cards, but to do with her yoga practice. So we are doing a deck swap. And I said, why don't you bring your deck and come on the show? But she teaches at exactly the time, which is a shame, which is 11 o'clock in the morning, her time, because she's in the States. That's a real shame, huh? Because she's lovely. Made a bit of a pal there. She was really keen. But nevertheless, I will show you her cards anyway when they come. I will give you a little show for that. Anyway, I'm wittering. I will see you soon. Thank you, John. Thank you, everybody. See you next week, and have a lovely, lovely week. Stay safe. Bye-bye for now.